Do you love Instagram? Are you trying to grow your sense of community on the platform? Are you trying to get more engagement? Today I want to share 3 things that I think you can do to start to grow your community on Instagram today. Hello. For those who've been watching the vlogs for a while or following me on Instagram, you know that I love Instagram. I'm all in on Insta Stories. I do them every single day, and Instagram has probably become my favorite of all the social media channels. Yes, even more than YouTube. Hashtag sorry not sorry. I love Instagram because there is such a strong sense of community on that channel. I think that if you're not using Instagram to grow your brand, position yourself as an expert, and create that sense of community, you're missing out on a major opportunity. All know that creating a sense of community doesn't just happen overnight. So here are the 3 things that I think you need to do if you do want to create that sense of community. The first thing is you have to engage. You have to be in the community. You have to spend time talking to people on the platform. If you want to grow on Instagram, you can't just show up, post, and then leave. You have to actually invest your time into creating relationships with other people that are posting on this platform. Find other Instagrammers that you love and show up for them just like you hope they'll show up for you. Engage. Comment and like other people's photos. Give your fans shout outs. Utilize the DM feature. Really start to create conversations with people on the channel, because that is going to be how you set yourself apart and get someone to go from just kind of a casual viewer of your stories or your content to an actual advocate and a loyal member of your tribe. However, if you're looking to grow community, it's not just enough to engage. You also have to be consistent. So tip number 2 is consistency. If you want to be relevant and remembered on these social media platforms that move super quickly, you have to show up every day. Share value. You want your content to leave people feeling entertained, educated, or inspired. If you can hit one of those 3 things, especially if you can hit all 3 things, you're gonna keep your fans coming back for more. Make sure that you're carving out the time so that you can show up on Instagram consistently. Whether you post every day, every other day, twice a day, find a consistency that works for you that you can really stick to. It takes a long time to build trust, but only a second to lose it. So make sure that you are doing what you need to do to grow the trust of your community, and the only way to do that is to walk the walk, not just talk the talk. So show up on the platform daily. The third and final tip that I recommend if you want to really grow a community on Instagram is use Insta Stories. I'm all in on Insta Stories. I absolutely love using Insta Stories to connect with you guys, to share behind the scenes, to talk about stuff that I don't necessarily want to stay on my feed forever. I mean, the benefit of Insta Stories is that they expire after 24 hours, unless you decide to highlight that content and put it in your Insta Story highlights. Which is just another feature though that makes the community so strong on Instagram. You can highlight specific things about your brand that you want your community to know and learn about you, and add those to your highlights so that when you have new followers, they have the opportunity to see some of the best snippets that you've done in your Insta Stories. Insta Stories get more visibility than Instagram posts do nowadays. Instagram knows what they're doing. Created the functionality of Insta Stories at the top of the bar to kind of make it bingeable, so that when you click that first person, you're just gonna continue on and go into other people's stories. People love Insta Stories because they know that the content is pretty much real time, and they know that it's more personal, more humanizing. So take advantage of this functionality. Use it to your benefit. Start creating great content on Insta Stories that brings your audience into the fold. You can really create relationships with people just through sharing yourself and being open on social media. I speak openly about living with anxiety, gratitude practice, meditation, living gluten-free. And I know that we've been able to create a connection because I talk about some of those things on Insta Stories. You've learned that I'm more than just a woman that likes social media. And that is what makes you come back time and time again. So when it comes down to it, if you want to be creating a community on Instagram, you definitely want to be using Insta Stories. You have to actively engage on the platform, and you have to show up consistently. By applying these 3 tips, I guarantee you will see more engagement on your Instagram and you will start to grow that sense of community on the channel. So if you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up and share in the comments below what your #1 tip for growing a community on Instagram is. I would love to know. And until next time, see ya!